Minarum. PlayStation 5 Pro has been officially announced by Sony. It looks freaking awesome. I know you're super excited for it. I'm less excited for it. I get a lie, dude. It looks freaking awesome. Everything on it, like spec-wise, everything on paper looks great. But what do you think about this?
To be honest, when the PS4 came out, it was 3 years. Then they came out with the PS4 Pro. Because the PS4 was just a slightly bigger, better upgrade from the PS3. And honestly, the PS4 Pro, when I picked it up, it was only a slightly better upgrade from the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
But it never utilized any of the games unless it was like power hungry, if you know what I mean. I never found out like any of the good games it really played on until later. You know, I played Conan for years, and on the regular PS4, I mean, it's playable, but that's it. The Pro, it made the game run smooth. Everything. Final Fantasy looked 500 times better. You name it, looked 100 times better. It's 4 years now. They're releasing it, not 3. I thought it was going to come out last year. If it was going to come out, it should have came out last year. Now, I don't, to be honest, because they've been doing a 7-year cycle for a new system, I don't know if the PS6 is going to come out in 2027 now. It might be pushed to 2028.
It's possible. But didn't the PS5 have, or I'm sorry, the PS4 had a longer life cycle than prior systems? I think it was, or maybe, I'm sorry, you know what? I think I have it backwards, right? They were shorter before, weren't they? And then
the PS1, PS2 was only like a 6-year gap. I think the PS2 to PS3 was a 6-year gap. And then it's been 7-year gap ever since.
Okay.
But each system lasts a good 10 plus years, 10 to 12 years before it loses most, if not all, support. Unless the PS2, then you got like 17 plus years on it. I'm excited about it. Price tag, I mean, you're still paying, you can do that. I mean, what you're getting for $700, you cannot get a PC anywhere near that caliber for $700. When a PS5 dropped, $500, the equivalent on a PC was like $1,500. Either way, it's still a steal of a deal.
I definitely cannot argue that. You're absolutely right. The PS5, when it was released, like, I mean, yeah, it's not top tier stuff of what was out, or at least it didn't last very long as the top tier stuff, but it was still miles ahead of what the PS4 was.
Oh, hell yeah.
And like you're saying, to build your own PC to equate, to be equivalent to what the PS5 was offering, yeah, it costs much, much more than what a PS5 did. And they're doing the same thing here with the PlayStation 5 Pro, where it's a deal in a box. The Pro is, I mean, for what you're getting, what they're offering, what they're giving you, it is a steal. It's a really good deal, but it's still $700, dude.
Oh, I agree.
Damn, dude.
And here's the thing that I don't like about it. There's no disk drive, so you have to buy the $80 disk drive and install it.
And if I'm not mistaken, there's no vertical stand in there either.
Yeah.
Sold separately.
I never buy any of that crap, anyways. But yeah. There's no vertical stand, and they're charging like $30 for that or something. That's kind of ridiculous. For like a little piece of plastic, it's like, really? Jesus Christ.
I was never a fan of that either. I mean, I'll lay mine down.
Yeah.
I mean, that's supposed to, it was designed to be laying down anyways.
Horizontal. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that for how big that thing is and how heavy it is, I would not want it to be standing anyways. Like, I got kids running around. I don't want them, knocking it, that bad boy. Ooh, I'm gonna whoop some ass if they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
$700 machine? Nah, man.
Shoot, even a $500 machine. Screw that.
And you know what? I was going to ask you. I know that you are primarily a disc player.
Yes.
And it's coming out with digital only. It's going to have that add-on, $100 extra, more or less, to get that add-on to be able to play discs. What do you think about that? I mean, like, it's going to be digital.
Yeah. And the fact that it's digital, I kind of understand it, because that way, if you want the disc version, you just buy the add-on. No big deal. So that actually doesn't bother me, because it still has the option for the add-on. If this was digital only and it did not have the add-on, and you could not, even if it did have the add-on, you couldn't install it, I'd have a big problem, and I definitely wouldn't pick it up.
Yeah, it does kind of suck a little bit, because I mean, if you think like PS5, they released the the disc version. They released the digital version, and the digital version later on got the ability to play disc if you get the add-on. So, but the disc version is already together. It was a better deal price-wise, and that's not going to happen with the Pro.
No.
I kind of feel like Sony knows they're not going to be selling a ton of these things. I'm sure they'll do well. I'm sure it'll sell. It'll be off the shelves.
I'm pretty
but I don't
sure
think they're going to sell a huge amount.
I'm pretty sure, at least for like the first few months, it's going to be sold out. But after that, when they actually have like stock, this is going to be like the PS4 Pro. It's not going to sell. This is 100% for people with extra money and people that want to utilize their gaming setup. So if you've got like the TV, you know, the 120 hertz 4K, big badass TV, you're ready to go, this is for you. Whereas if you don't...
8K, right? 8?
It offers 8K, yeah, for select games. This one will. Even though the PS5 initially says it offers 8K, which it does technically, but there's nothing that really utilizes it. There's like, what, one game or something that's 8K?
Yeah, I didn't even know there was one that supports 8K.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, if you've got the TV, you got the setup, this is for you. This isn't for everybody. You're still perfectly fine. You're still going to have the same and awesome experience playing on your regular PS4. Now, if you play any other games that are like system hungry, that wants to gobble up all the extra RAM, all the extra GPU, CPU, you name it, to maximize the system's compatibilities and everything, or capabilities, sorry, this is for you. Yeah, like Final Fantasy, they already announced like 50 plus games that are going to get a PS5 Pro enhanced version. Right. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is going to get one. Dude, Rebirth already looks amazing. Can you imagine a PS5 enhanced version of that? Holy crap. I can't wait.
I honestly can't imagine, because it looks so damn good.
Yeah.
I don't know how much better it can really get.
Maybe it'll make it a solid 6. There's a few spots where you can see it dips down into like 50, 55 frames per second. But if it's a solid 60 or higher, oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, and I think that's what the biggest one that got my attention. Like, oh, it's going to be a solid 60 frames per second. Like, it's going to hold. It's not like it's... I think the PS5 does a pretty good job already, but the Pro just far more reliable. Yeah. That's going to be nice. That'll be very nice.
Plus, they're using new technology in this, like the PSSR. I don't know. Something called the PSSR with some kind of AI extras thing involved in it, where it's going to boost the frame rate, boost the ray tracing, boost everything. It's just going to look better. The resolution, you name it. Like I said, I'm excited. It's not for everyone, but if you're looking to get a big upgrade, this is worth it.
I do think, for me personally, I'm like, I feel like it's unnecessary. I think, you know what, you kind of summed it up pretty damn good earlier. It's for the guy who wants best of the best, top of the line. That's who this is for. Me, like, now, like, I don't game as much as I used to. You'll be lucky to see me on once a month, but I mean, I still enjoy the gaming experience, right? I'm still excited when new consoles announce, and look at all the specs, look at all that good stuff. I like this stuff, but yeah, this is not for someone like me who casual. I'm a casual gamer now. Thanks, but
I'll tell you said that.
Oh, she listens. But yeah, man, I think it's great. I think there was also somewhere that's saying that they're going to have PS4 games on here, like 8,000 games or so, for PlayStation 4 games. You didn't hear about that one?
No. Well, like 8,000 PS4 games are going to be upgraded?
Yeah, which I believe will receive upscaling as well.
Cool.
That's pretty freaking awesome.
That reminds me of when the PS2 released. When you used to pop your PS1 game in there and it looked just a hair better, hair cleaner, hair everything. I'm like, hell yeah, dude, it was awesome. It was nice. Because we never really had anything like that before.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. Oh, here's the specs differences, what it does, I guess. Pretty good stuff. Wi-Fi 7, 2 terabytes.
Oh, forgot to mention that. The 2 terabytes is kind of huge, too.
Yeah,
so
that'll be nice.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to have an expansion bay for more, but 2 terabytes is huge for an internal system. So that right there, even though I don't agree with it, that's an extra $100 right there.
No, I agree with
Because
you.
naturally,
Yeah,
it's like $80 if you go buy one on Amazon. But yeah, that's worth $100 right there.
$80. That's on sale, dude. That's like
Dude,
Black Friday.
go
price.
to Amazon. People are paying like $300 and $400 for it because they want that Western Digital one. Which, dude, it's overkill. It's way too expensive for no reason.
Here we go. More than 8,500 backwards compatible PS4 games playable on the PS5 Pro, which pretty cool. If you bought a lot of those digitally, I'm sure that'd be great. If you bought a lot of discs, Minarum, then you might have to wait.
No, I'm sure it's updated with this. It's all this does is install the game onto the system. So you're technically playing it digitally. It just uses the disc as a code to say like, oh hey, I'm in here. The game's unlocked now. And it's been like that since the PS4. The PS3 was the last system that actually still kind of ran games off the disc.
It looks like you'll be able to pre-order your Pro
Yep.
September 26, 2024, directly on the PlayStation website. It will be available to pre-order on other websites like Amazon, Walmart, Target, I'm sure. October 10, all participating retailers. It'll probably be one per person. So
Yeah, I'm getting multiple accounts ready so I can do probably 2. We'll see. I'm debating that right now.
do you think it's too late? I mean, you mentioned that this should have released last year. This could possibly extend, like you said, push back the PlayStation 6. Is this too late?
If they're doing a 2027 release for the PS6, then yes, this is way too late. If they're pushing it by a year to do a 2028 release, then I think it's actually perfect. But I mean, let's be honest. I know all the Xbox, they love the rag on the PS5 because no exclusives. Well, there's plenty of exclusive. It's just they were both on the PS4 and the 5. You have to count them both, but they don't want to count that. But 2024 has been the year of the PS5. Holy crap, dude.
It's hard to argue that.
It's like at least 1 or 2 games a month, every month. Dude, my wallet is hurting right now. There's been so many, like, literally game of the years and game of the decades this year alone than we have in the probably past 10 years.
It's been a banger every year. Yeah.
Last year, they rag on saying, oh, 2023 was a great year in gaming. 2023 was one of the worst years in gaming history ever. Xbox got a handful of games, and all of them were terrible. All we got was really like freaking Spider-Man. Nothing last year. For both systems and PC, it was a dead year. Oh, Baldur's Gate 3, that's okay. It wasn't great. This year alone, I mean, there's been so many Game of the Year like candidates left and right that needs to stop. They need to put a halt. This is like my wallet's been hurting.
You got your Astro Boy, by the way?
Astro Bot? Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Astro Bot.
Oh my God, it's so good, dude.
got
It's
the
so
controller?
good. Of course I got the game.
Oh,
And I got the controller.
damn, that looks sexy right there. Nice.
Of course I
Dude,
got them.
those eyes on the
Yeah. Yeah.
touchpad?
Yeah.
Do
There's
they move or anything?
No, I don't think they move at all. I think they're just
Okay.
kind of like pasted on there or color changed.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
Okay.
dude, awesome as you can turn around and sell this for like $120 right now. But yeah, dude, oh my God, this game's so good.
Nice. So, yeah.
But is it too late though? It just depends when they release the PS6. But honestly, I think it is a little too late. But you know me, I'm a PlayStation collector. I collect like games, I collect systems, I collect everything, you name it. I got cool stuff people have never seen before. I'm excited because I will use the hell out of it. And if this fixes like the 1 or 2 games I play that are system hungry, it's definitely worth the price for me.
The one thing that I kind of thought about as I was letting the news marinate, when the PlayStation 4 Pro came out, it was only a couple years later, and that's when the PlayStation 5 released, more or less. 2 years, 3 years?
So it was 4 years after the
4
Pro
years.
came out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So since it didn't sell a whole lot of units, I kind of looked at it more as Sony was kind of adjusting to the new tech, trying to more or less preparing for what the PS5 was about to do. So they weren't really banking on the PS4 to make huge numbers. At least in hindsight, that's kind of what I think. I don't know for sure. That's just kind of me just spitballing here. Do you think maybe that's what they're trying to do here? PS5 Pro is the precursor to what the PlayStation 6 is going to do? Or
I think so. The PS6 is going to be huge, of course. You have to realize that when the PS4 came out, it was $400. And then not too long after that, parts and everything, the PS4 was barely like, well, I don't want to say barely. It was much stronger than PS3, but only barely, if that makes sense. It made everything run smoother, better, faster, quicker, everything like that.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Exactly. Daft Punk, baby. So when the system was what, $200 or $250, and then they released a Pro. And a Pro was literally the price of a new PS4 when it first released 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, when I first got the Pro, I was pissed off. I'm like, this is the first time Sony screwed me. Because I got the Pro, got the 4K TV. I actually got the TV before I got the Pro, so I was prepared. I was ready. And like, I hooked everything up, got everything right, got all the cables and everything, and I started playing a handful of games, and I'm just like, these are PS4 Pro enhanced. They look identical. Like, even on the TV, I'm like, what is going on here? And this is what I wanted to bring up earlier. It's also the devs, dude. It's the devs' job to work on a better version of the game. Whereas this is where the PS5 is going to be a little bit different. It's got AI supporting it. The AI technology and new technology that they're putting into it is going to upscale everything, resolution, frame rate, everything, to where the devs shouldn't have to work too much harder to implement this. But the Pro, the devs, dude, you could definitely tell when a dev cared about the PS4 Enhance versus the regular. Because most of the games I played, you couldn't tell a difference. They were night and day, like, could not tell a difference at all. And then, like I said, I switched to like Final Fantasy 15 because I knew that one was
Pro version.
Just so y'all know, I didn't play the game. I only played the multiplayer. The multiplayer was okay. The game's ass. Don't ever play Final Fantasy 15 because I multiple systems, all that stuff. I had multiple copies of the game. Night and day difference, dude. The Final Fantasy 15 was night and day difference. I'm like, oh, whoa. I'm like, okay, this is what I like. This is what I wanted. And then, like I said, same thing with Final Fantasy 7 Remake. When the demo launched and everything, I was playing on the Pro. Well, when I got halfway through the game or so, I switched to PS4 just to check it out. Dude, play that game on PS4. You are doing a disservice.
Oh.
Yes. So, yeah. I think it might be a little too late. I think they should have done this last year, to be honest. The only problem with that, though, would have had like an $800 price tag for last year. Because parts only get, for the most part, parts only get cheaper over time. Now, with inflation and the chip shortage and stuff like that, prices have actually gone up. So, I don't know. We have to look at the market when it releases. That's how we're going to really have an idea. Maybe like 5 months down the road.
Yeah.
Well, not maybe 5 months after the release, I should say, because then we'll have an idea. Everyone that wanted the Pro has it for the most part. We'll see if they will actually release it in the store. I still haven't seen a PS5 in the store yet.
Now that I think back, I don't think I have either.
Not yet. Not one yet. No, I'll go to Walmart. I go to GameStop every now and then, and I don't go to Best Buy anymore. I mean, they don't have anything there.
Empty. The last thing I want to bring up is the competition. Xbox. I could be wrong. I don't think they're working on something new to compete with the Pro.
I don't know.
Have you heard anything? Even rumors, whispers?
People assume they might be, but I mean, until Microsoft fully announces it, no. At this point, dude, they've kind of like bowed out.
More or less, yeah.
Between this generation and last generation, they kind of like ducked out of the whole console business. They're relying 100% on Game Pass.
Yeah, and I remember when we jumped on with Ash and we talked about Microsoft's plans. It's not official, right? But for the next generation, they kind of pretty much said this was going to be the last Xbox, and then we're out. We're not going to do consoles anymore. They're going to rely on the PCs and whatnot, Game Pass. And I don't know if you've heard this one, rumor that PlayStation also said PlayStation 6 is going to be the last console.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, they make way too much money.
I don't know. I mean, that's just what I heard. Whispers, the here and there. I can't back
Xbox,
that up or anything.
that makes sense. Or at least put out a crap console like they have every year for the few million that actually pick it up. But PlayStation, dude, that's like Sony's bread and butter. So next generation isn't going to be the last system by them. They're going to keep milking it, which, I mean, they should. It's the biggest platform in the world. There's people who'd be like, oh, Steam's the biggest No, not really. If you got a Steam account and you log on to your computer, it says you're an active user. Everyone's got a Steam account.
I've got a Steam account.
Yeah.
I don't even
I know.
game.
I've got one, but I think I've downloaded, I got Team Fortress Classic 2, 15 years ago, and that's the only thing I have on it. And I've never played it. But yeah, every time I boot up, it pops me on. I'm like, okay, whatever. But yeah. That's why game sales are always down when it comes to PC versus console. But yeah, PlayStation's going to keep it rolling until they see a dip in sales, like console sales. They will not pull the plug. I mean, it's a gold mine. PSN is a gold mine.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you said it earlier, but you're reserving yours? Your Pro?
The 26, I'm going to have probably 2 accounts logged in just so I can get it. And if I get 2, that's debatable, but I just want at least 1 so I can have it.
I'll head over to your place to check it out because I ain't gonna get it.
even if the price drops, which it eventually will.
You know what? At this point, I think I'd rather wait for the PlayStation 6.
Only question I have, though, which this is future talk, is the PS6 going to be backwards compatible with the PS4 and 5? I think it will. I think it will. But you never know.
Yeah, I agree. I think they've had so much trouble with the 4, but with this announcement for the Pro being able to 8,500 games, maybe they figured it out. And then the PS5, I would hope so.
The PS1, PS2, and PS3, they all use 3 different technologies. So doing emulate, well, actually, I can't say that. PS1 was fine. The PS2 and the PS3 use different technologies to where emulation for both of them are insanely hard.
Yeah.
It took them decades just to do the PS2 at 95% working rate. And it's that kind of, damn, okay. That's why Sony quit back in the day.
Which sucks because PS2 has an amazing library.
Yeah. Only if
even the 3, he's got some bangers in there.
Yeah, but the technology, all you can do is stream. You can't download the game. As long as you got good internet, you're fine.